Going on, everybody? It's Geoff Grammer with the ABQJournal, giving you a very, very, very brief pregame show tonight. Had some issues getting from hotel to a not packed arena, Provident Credit Union Arena here in San Jose. Looks like it always does. It's a few hundred people here, and we are just a few minutes away from tip-off in San Jose. So let's go over the quick stuff here. Starting lineups for the Lobos are the same as normal. Donovan Dent, True Washington, your guards. You got Philip Borovichinin at the wing. He's really a third guard. You got Mustafa Amzil at the 4, and Nelly Jr. Joseph starting at the 5 for San Jose State. You got Donovan Yap, Will McClendon in your backcourt. You got Saturine, hope I'm saying that right, Hall, Josh Udeji, the co-sixth man of the year with Mustafa Amzil last year when he played for Utah State before transferring here. I say from the coaches poll, the media poll, it was just Mustafa Amzil. And then Robert Vahola, the former Fresno State center, playing the 5 for San Jose State. If you remember, the Spartans on December 4th came to the pit, so this is already the first repeat matchup in conference play for the Lobos, for both teams actually. And San Jose State was a 2-point game with under a minute, 51 seconds to go. It was still 2-point lead for New Mexico. Ended up winning by 6. But this San Jose State team, 5 losses. 1 was a blowout, 1 bad loss, and the other 4 losses, they were within 1 possession in 3 of them. They were within 4 points of the other one, all in the final minute. So to say that this is just another bad San Jose State team is by record, I guess, fair, but you got to look a little beyond that, and you would realize 4 of their 5 losses in league play, they were within 1 possession in the final minute of play. So ball bounces one way or the other, and they pull off an upset against a Boise State, against the Utah State, against the New Mexico in the pit. Had one bucket gone in for them, and maybe then it's UNM fouling them in that final minute to try and extend the game instead of San Jose State doing it to the Lobos. So that's where we're at here, is a game where the Lobos are favored by 9.5 on the road. They are the only road favorite in the Mountain West tonight. You got Air Force at Nevada. That's a 19.5-point spread. You got Colorado State at San Diego State. That is a 7.5-point spread. And then the game that's already going on, actually I should get a score on that for you. Wyoming is at Boise State tonight, and Boise State is who the Lobos play on Friday night in the pit. Wyoming is the team that the Lobos played last Tuesday. They have already played. They played in Laramie a couple weeks ago, and Boise State pulled out at the pulled away at the end. But again, in the final minute, that's at halftime right now. It is Boise State 50, Wyoming 21. So Boise State is trying to gain some computer love with some blowouts, I would say, which they've been good at in recent years. They've built up a pretty good computer rating a lot of years by doing so. So we've already done national anthem here. We're about to do some starting lineups here. I will stay on for just a couple more minutes before I sign off of this about 5-10 minute little pregame show here. But anyway, yes, I'm glad I made it too. I found a seat. It was not that part was not hard. Carla says this court should be illegal. It's so when you're at this level. I mean, I guess I'm at this level, right? This camera's showing you the level I'm at. It's not as easy to see what's going on here. But that floor actually lights up in the dark, which does absolutely nothing during a game. I mean, who cares, right? But during or in the dark, it actually glows a little bit. I don't know what the benefit of that is, but there you go. That's why the court looks like it does now. Greg, I appreciate that for listening to the podcast on Field of 68. I do have it on Talking Grammar podcast. I'm about to upload now. Once this game starts, I got to hit a couple buttons and some issues there, but including the issues getting to the arena. It was all kind of intertwined earlier for the past hour and a half. But they're doing intros now here for the Lobos, and I am right across from their bench as our, I guess, 5-6 media on this little end. And but anyway, that podcast, Greg, thanks. Field of 68 podcast coming shortly on Talking Grammar channels, but it's already on the Field of 68 channels. And I did that with Rob Douster yesterday, and he posted it on Field of 68 yesterday, and then I will be posting mine here today. Temperature, you actually checked it right when I parked. It was -2 when I left the arena in Laramie last week, so that was after the game at least. It is 57 degrees when I get to the arena tonight. So, all right. We got John Romero saying NMSU ranked 120 these days, the top Conference USA. The Lobo loss to the Aggies now considered a quad 2 loss. No, I don't believe it's going to be a quad 2. Not on your home court. And if NMSU keeps killing it, great, good for them. But I do not see the Lobo loss at home on their home court to NMSU getting to a quad 2. Appreciate you, Jimmy, for listening. You're always on here. I appreciate that. What do we got here? 505 Lobo. Another create your own excitement game. It blows my mind what's been going on in this 6-game stretch. People say, oh, that happens every year. It's for San Jose State. It's for New Mexico. It's never happened like this in Mountain West history. Remember, the Lobos are the only team in the league with 15,000 at games or 14,000, and you don't always perfectly line up the 3 lowest attendances, not including Air Force. But they had an announced crowd December 31st at Fresno State, an announced crowd of 5,000. I will tell you there might have been 2,000 there. And they went from that 2,000 game in Fresno on a Wednesday night or Tuesday night to a 14,600 crowd on a Friday night against Nevada. Buzzer-beating game, 1,000th game in the pit. They went from that 14,600 to 2,900 in Wyoming last week. In Laramie, they went from 2,900 in the arena auditorium back up to 15,460 or 28 or on Saturday, sellout against San Diego State, to now, which is going to be, I'm sure it'll be announced at about 1,200 fans or so, but I'm not sure it'll be an actual 1,200 fans. And then this coming Friday, it's projected to be well over 1,400 or 14,000 rather against Boise State, is what UNM tells me. The 10 to 12,000 fan jump per game over a 6-game span is just insane, and it's not an excuse. It is a reality that it does kind of play with your mind a little bit, anybody's mind, but especially young college kids trying to get some energy here, and then your next game, you don't have to worry about energy because 15,000 in the pit are doing it. And then you go to 2,900 in Laramie. You have to find your own energy, and you end up shooting 1 for 16 to start the game. Look, there's been some really good Lobo teams. Not this one. I'm not talking about this one. We haven't seen how this team does yet. There have been some really good Lobo teams come here and lose or play horribly. I remember Alex Kirk and Kendall Williams talking to me about how hard it was for them to play here. In that 2013 season when they won 29 games and were a 3 seed in the NCAA tournament. So, yeah, this is a tough place to play. I will sign on sub 1,000 attendance. I mean, it'll be announced at over 1,000, and there are fans behind me. But, yeah, probably. So, I will sign off with this because we're about to start a game. Lobos do have everybody suited up across the way. San Jose State, to my knowledge, has everybody rolling out too. And should be good because the last one was a good one, actually. And this is a much better team, San Jose State is, than 1-5 with their only win being against Air Force. So we'll see how it goes. Lobos are 6-0, playing in first place, and they hope to be in first place come Friday night when they play Boise State. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Sorry this was such a short episode tonight, but follow all coverage and game coverage afterwards at ABQJournal.com. You can get me on Twitter and X, rather. Sorry, X, not Twitter, at Geoff Grammer. Thanks, guys.